Hello, anyone and everyone. Welcome to the January Tech Design Update video for Seeds of Earth. For the first week of the new year, we worked on refining the HUD UI and reworking the Cruise Mode systems. The previous iteration of Cruise Mode cost the player 50% of their maximum power to start cruise, prevented power recharge while cruising, and could be cancelled by taking damage or pressing the cruise key again. This effectively prevented players from abusing Cruise Mode in combat, but it also meant that players would often be entering new combat engagements at half power. To fix this issue, Cruise Mode has been changed to cost no power and no recharge penalty, but instead takes 3 seconds to charge before engaging. Cruise Mode can be cancelled from taking damage, even during charging. This should now make navigation of the large play spaces much more fluid, but still present proper limitations against abuse for the speed boost that Cruise provides. Week 2 introduced a feature we've been working on for the last few milestones in parallel with our other work: ship destruction animations. We can now play audio, particles, and animations when a ship is destroyed, providing visceral and satisfying feedback for defeating enemies. So far, we have animations for the Scout, and the Blitzer, and the Frigate, and have more in the works. In addition to the animation work, we have continued to build out our business plan, website assets, and brand identity with the hope to build a public presence before the end of the summer. In December, we teased procedural generation as a new approach to laying out areas. For week 3 of January, we finalized the prototype and have a working concept for how procedural generation can create interesting spaces for gameplay. To populate the game space, we start the algorithm by filling the area with placeholder volumes. Then, once the placeholders have all been placed and nothing is overlapping, each placeholder is swapped out for the actual content. This makes sure everything has enough space around it while making sure the area is full of interesting encounters. In addition to the procedural generation, we stubbed out all of the intended chassis levels, from the tiny fighter class to the massive dreadnought class. The data for most of them is still empty, but it's awesome to see the framework in place and ready for ideas. For the final week of the January milestone, we made some major design choices and iterated on the visual polish of all of the current scenes. First, we decided to increase the stakes for our players by changing 2 core mechanics: items held in storage and the player's total grip, money in the Seeds universe, are shared between all of their created pilots. This gives players tons of opportunities to use the loot they find by starting a new pilot, and to make their replay of content with new pilots more streamlined and enjoyable. Along with this change, however, we decided that we needed to balance this new accessibility to items and crip by destroying the player's equipped modules and held items when the player is defeated in combat. This gives weight to the risks involved in entering combat and provides an understandable economy for using stored items and accumulated crip. Last, we addressed some of the visuals in each of the scenes by introducing high-quality shaders for background objects, depth of field blurring to separate playfield from foreground and background, and rebalanced lighting to provide a better focus on the player's immediate surroundings. It's now time to start building our public presence, refining our visual styles and motifs, and iterating on the core content of the game. The next milestone will hopefully see another mission rebuild, new enemy types, and a new area to explore, on top of all of the other things we've been working on. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check in for updates about Seeds of Earth next time.